is why is Korea's education the #1 factor for suicide? So like how I got this topic question. First of all, this is like my third topic, and my first two topics are about puppies and global warming. Like I didn't want to write a paper about that. So for the in 2011, Barack Obama repeatedly praised that South Korea academic achievement and says that we as American children are not prepared in school, but I think we are prepared in school. However, for the past year, 11 years to be exact, South Korea is the #1 in suicide rate in the OECD countries. The OECD country meaning the Organization for the Economic Cooperation and Development. So they've been like committing suicide because this one test commits their whole entire life. So why social status? Social ranking is very important to the Korean culture because in South Korea it used to be like a community, but it ended up separating. So there's a lot of competition to be on top. Status today is mostly achieved by the amount of education you have. For family, parents are like the #1 stress for the kids because in an Asian culture, they expect the children to they are socially dependent on their elders to pay back all the money that they sacrifice to put their kids into like a private education, and that if they fail, that sometimes they will tell them that that we disown you or something. Like coming from an Asian culture, my parents wasn't that extreme. Like when I went to like a private Catholic school, they had to like sacrifice time and their money to put me in like a good school, and this was like out of the country. And like when I always have bad grades in my tests and everything in my like report card, and like at night they would come and talk to me and say and yell at me, and I pretend to sleep because I don't want them to talk to me. But then I think as year goes on, they gave up on me. Like they didn't care. In Korean culture, like no failure is accepted. Like if you fail, school. I think school, like in Korean culture or like in Korean education, like the students like literally go to school for a whole day. They leave at 4, but then after 4, they go to more cram school, like to learn more Korean, English, and math. Like they go past midnight to either go to the study building next to the school where it's open 24-hour to do like study and homework. And like it's like like near Washington have those cubby to like, your own. Like they stay to like midnight or something, and they bring like either their blanket and everything. And then they probably go to more tutoring. So Reach for the Sky is Korean. It's like a documentary film showing the date of what the test is. Like the November, this one test would determine your whole life. And like for America, you go into college is like there's like a lot of choices to go. Like there's community college, and if you don't get into like college, you could go to a community college and like transfer. But for in Korea, these are like the top universities, Seoul, Korea, and Yonsei university. Like people, they study for the whole year just for this one test to get into this 3 top school. And like if they don't get into it, they commit suicide because they feel like their whole life is over. And I'm gonna show you like a trailer for this documentary.
수험생 여러분, 또 학부모님들 얼마나 고생이 많으셨습니까? 여러분들의 무릎이 결실을 맺을 시험날이 밝았습니다.
2014 흥경도 대학 수학응용시험이 1,200여 개 시험장에서 일제히 시작됩니다.
경찰과 후발 공모회까지 시작해서 한바탕 전쟁을 치렀는데요.
So like basically you saw like how police like drive students to take the test and like parents praying for the kids. Like this one test determined the rest of your life basically. Like they already know that what they're getting themselves into based on what their score is. So like they know what college they would go if they have a good bad score or a good score. They know what job they would get and even their marriage, and that most students that fail suicide because their life is basically over. To them, middle school and like middle school, primary school, and high school, like it's really hard for them. But once they get into like their top college, like they're already living the dream. And my solution is, now that we already graduated high school, I don't think we'll be stressed into college. Like, take breaks, like don't study or overwhelm yourself with schoolwork, and do not stress yourself. And do something you're passionate about, because like in Korea, parents make their kids like do what they want instead of the kids, like to be good, like doctors, lawyers, or something. Like don't tell anyone. Don't let anyone tell you what to do. Okay.